he feels like creation is something that amazes him. And upon receiving blessings from Gurudev, he started to revive the ancient tradition of agriculture, Vedic practices and organic farming. He travels all over India helping farmers learn this technique. And he's also the seed keeper, where he actually uh, revives the ancient seeds so that the future generations can have access to them. And over 2,000 people have done the Mandala Vatica course and experienced the blessings and grace of the divine tattvas that we talk about in the course. He also has done TEDx talks. He has been on the CNN and BBC and the History Channel. And he's also an architect, a very renowned architect who has done projects like the Dubai Palm Islands, the Kashi Vishwanath Temple Corridor, the Central Vista in Delhi. And he's also working with some projects in Pune that are along the rivers. He is so busy doing so many things, but you all have noticed he takes time to reply to each and every question that we have and sends these beautiful messages for every mandala that we post. So we are so lucky that he is here live with us and you all can ask your questions. So without further ado, let me welcome Dr. Rao.
Hey, good evening to everybody, and whatever other time of the day, we have people from all over the world, and I can see Pam there, yes, Megha, I can see Chamanti, Chamantini, it says. Okay, I read it as Chamanti when you were getting, I was sending you messages, and then so many people. Yeah, so this is just like I can see Ravi, Praveen, Mala, Rani, of course, she is a co-host with me. Lakshmi is here, Savitri Singh is here, Sridevi, yes, Pratibha, yes, my dear Pratibha, I have been associated with her for so many years now. Dinesh is here as well, and we have so many people. We have Michelle, we've got Shubha, Vipul, and Bhavna. Bharat, Bindu. Oh, yes, a whole lot of you. So it's just wonderful that this is the second week, second Sunday, the last Sunday of the second month since we started our course in February. So we did one on the last day of February, last Sunday of February, and this is the last Sunday of March. So one of the first things for many who are here, maybe for the first time, and are not keeping updated with all that's happening in the course or the course organizing, your course now has been extended up to 15th of June. Yeah. So no panic to finish this by April 15th, which was the original plan. Gurudev, in his immense compassion, he said, we gave 4 months last time. Why are we giving 2 months? I said, Gurudev, that's to speed up the TTP. He says, no, let more people do the course, then we will have TTP. So, he's just so compassionate, so he's just super compassionate. So, the other thing is that just the kind of feedback, whether you're posting your beautiful mandalas, your questions, your experiences in the WhatsApp groups, or you are doing this by email to me, by private messages directly on WhatsApp. So there is a lot of messaging that's happening, and all I can see is the tremendous enthusiasm you guys have. Many of you may not have touched a set square and a compass, I don't know for how many decades, but all of you seem to be doing such beautiful geometry. and experiencing the tattvas. It's just beautiful. What is happening here is just so gorgeous and so beautiful. It's just absolutely fantastic. Yeah. So uh, you can start posting your questions straight away, and I will try to answer them to the best of my abilities. Till such time questions get posted, there were some questions which I thought were relevant. One of the questions that came to me was, what does the bindu represent? Yeah. Does it represent the primordial particle, or is it something else? So I thought that was a good question. And the way I answered that question was as follows. The bindu can be seen as either the first perturbance, that is the first disturbance or vibration that comes in the nothingness. It can be that, or it can be the last wave before everything disappears into nothingness. It's the same thing. The bindu doesn't represent a particle. Particles come much later. Yeah. But the very first, it is an intrinsic, it is something that happens from within to nothingness. To the nothingness which we call shunya, which we know very well is having the potential to bring out a million universes. That nothingness at some point decides to do something. That first desire is the bindu. And when the reverse happens, when all of creation starts to dissolve, it's the last ripple before everything merges to nothingness. Yeah. So that's how I had answered that, and I thought that was a good question. Oh, Pam, you're so kind. Very kind feedback. Thank you so much. Prasanna asked, if devas and asuras are divine tattva or Ved free, what are we as humans? Very interesting. You think that asuras are something out there, yeah? And devas are something out there, right? No. The devas can express through you. The asuras will also express through you. In Mandala Vatica, we only go after the devas because they are programmed to do all the good things in life for us. Bring us happiness, joy, bliss, satisfaction, all the peace, and all the good stuff. That's what the deva tattvas are programmed to do. Yeah. So human beings are actually the platform for the expression and experience of the devas and the asuras. So in a human being, all this will be there. Try to become very sattvic for an extended period of time. You will find that something inside is starting to disturb you. What is that? That is the balancing asuric quality. It's not like devas are positive, asuras are negative. It's not exactly like that. They are the balancing yin-yang principle of creation. Like I said in Mandala Vatica, the creator uses two fundamental tools or laws to create. One is to have a self-balancing homeostatic system, where anytime the pendulum swings a little bit that side, it will get pulled to the other side. So always it is happening in that bandwidth. Yeah. So two opposing forces, which in our art of living we call complementary values. Yeah. That is, one is deva, one is asura. So humans are the platform where we experience both devas and asuras. But Mandala Vatika is this beautiful technology that Gurudev has given us, where we go after only the devas. Yeah. See how beautifully he has structured this. Yeah. In the yantra tradition, you can go after anything. You can go after devas, you can go after asuras. So that's what happens in the perverted usage of yantras. You want somebody to become unhappy, there is a yantra for that, where you're invoking a asuric quality or a negative frequency to make something happen that's not, you know, in the flow of things, you can say most comfortable thing for a person, right? And that's why it got so perverted. Whereas in Mandala Vatika, the purity and innocence with which Gurudev gives us this program, we only invite the devas into it. And the beauty about this is, when the moment those frequencies come into your life, they are programmed. The moment they enter your manifest reality, the only thing they will do is what they are programmed to do. If it's Siddhi Vinayaka, that tattva will start removing all obstacles from your path. If it's Kartikeya or Muruga, immediately he'll fill you with courage that comes from knowledge. If you're stuck in life, Durga, queen of chaos, she comes and rattles everything. She shakes up everything so that you're put on a new equilibrium that's far superior than where you were. Yeah. But she'll shake up everything because they are programmed for that. Varamahalakshmi, she will give you 8 kinds of blessings which make your life complete. The moment Varamahalakshmi comes into your manifest reality, that is the programming. You know, it's like on your computer, you've got application, let's say MS Word. The moment you bring that up on your screen, it will do documentation for you. You can type, you can make presentations, you can make notes, you can write articles. It is programmed to do that. Our tattvas are exactly like that. They are just programs. They are wave functions which will manifest precisely what they are originally meant to manifest. That's why this technology is so powerful. Yeah. So, so what are humans? Humans are actually the platform. We are the platform for experiencing the Deva Tattva, Deva Guna, and the Asura Guna. Yeah. So we are just the platform for us to. So that was Prasanna's question. Then we have Sri Devi is asking, we are constructing a house with a courtyard. Can we make a mandala? Of course, you can make a mandala in that space. Yeah. And ping me separately, privately, whenever you want to start, and then we will guide you on that. We know what Siddhi Vinayaka helps with, but what are the qualities of Siddhi Vinayaka Tattva itself? The quality of the Tattva is that it's just a wave function. It is one of the waves which create. This entire creation happens because of the interaction of many, many, many wave functions. Yeah. So we saw that, right, in our Mandala Vatika, in cymatics, how waves can create geometry and geometries can create waves, vice versa. Yeah. So the tattva, there is no such thing as a quality to a tattva. A tattva is just one of the things that create. It's like asking, what is the quality of blue in white light? Yeah. Blue doesn't have a quality per se, but the blue interacts with other colors to give various palette of colors. If all the colors come together, you get white light, right? So is there a quality for the blue itself? No, there isn't. Is there a quality for the green itself? No, there isn't. But is there something that happens when green and blue come together? Of course, it happens. So Siddhivinayaka is a tattva. It's a wave function. It's a frequency. When it comes into your manifest reality, it does what it is programmed. Yeah. So we don't ask this question, what are the qualities of Siddhivinayaka itself? The Siddhivinayaka Tattva is defined by what it does in our manifest reality. Yeah. When we call Guru Tattva, when we call Guru Tattva like Siddhivinayaka, how much time does it stay with us? Aparna, as long as you stay innocent, the tattvas will continue to be there with you. All that the tattvas require, the ecosystem they require, is that of childlike innocence. The way our Saraswat ancestors were 10,000 years ago in the Saraswat Valley, in the Indus Valley. Yeah. If we keep that innocence, the tattvas will remain there continuing to act. No problem. But we are all caught up in life. So sometimes we lose our innocence, then the tattva dissolves. So you can invite it again. Yeah. So it's not, the question is, how long can I stay innocent? That's the question you should be asking yourself. For how long can I just remain in innocence? That long, the tattva will remain in your life. So if the Mandala Vatica is meant to bring out the qualities of that tattva into manifested reality, then why are we studying only 4 Mandala Vatikas? What about the other Mandala Vatikas? Bindu always is this super fast human being. She is like, if we are all here, she wants to be somewhere here. Yeah. Now, I think, and this I'm guessing what Gurudev has in his mind. I think he has given us 4 fundamental tattvas, which are very easy to invite into our manifest realities, and whose need is very much there in our lives. See, every one of us will be starting something new in our lives. So we want some of the blocks and obstacles to be removed from our manifest reality. So I think Siddhivinayaka is a no-brainer. Varamahalakshmi, she gives you 8 blessings, all those beautiful blessings, not just money, everything else to make your life complete. I think that's a no-brainer as well. Yeah. Who doesn't like to have courage to navigate life? Especially courage that's coming from knowledge. I think that's a no-brainer when we take Muruga or Kartika Mandala Vatika. And who doesn't like to get shaken up from stagnation? So I think the 4 tattvas that he has selected at this point of time would be 4 which are in desperate need right now. If you see, I think these cover bulk of what we want in life. So I think at this point, he is now going to create teachers. Okay. So once I think the teachers start to teach these tattvas, these Mandala Vatikas, then he will give the teachers newer mandalas, which they in turn will teach their students. I think that may be his grand plan, but knowing Gurudev, it can be anything else also. So I'm just trying to ask, because these 4 were clearly from him. Yeah. And, whenever he thinks we are ready, he'll give us the rest. Yeah. Aruna to everyone. Dr. Rao, can a drawing of the Mandala Vatika be given as a gift? See, once the Mandala Vatika puja is finished, just remember this. Once the puja is done, it's just a piece of paper. It has no spiritual connotation. A yantra is something which you continuously energize, but we are not in that science because we know what happened to that science. Yeah. Mandala Vatika is a very innocent thing. You use this mandala to do the puja, invite the tattva into your life. After that, that's just a piece of paper. Yeah. Now, if, of course, it looks beautiful, you can frame it, you can gift it, you can do whatever you want with it. No problem. Only thing, know that you are not transferring any spiritual content in that. Once the puja is finished, it's just a piece of paper. Which is why the Buddhists, they take nearly 3 weeks, 21 days to draw these elaborate mandalas with these intricate designs and colors and everything. On the 21st day, the moment they finish the puja of inviting the tattva, they just take a broom and sweep the whole thing off. It's finished. As far as they are concerned, it has got no other value. Yeah. So you can frame it, you can keep it, you can gift it to your friends. No problem. It's a piece of art. But don't gift it to them saying that this is Siddhi Vinayaka Mandala Vatika. Please keep it in your puja room. It will bring you a lot of blessings. This is not the technology. Mandala Vatika is done purely by you for yourself. It is not something that you can mass produce or you can share to somebody else. Yeah. So this is the fundamental difference. I hope I have answered Aruna the question. Now, Garima, who has just drawn her Durga Mandala Vatika, Garima, Gurudev knows that you get attached to your mandala. He says that you can use it up to 10 to 12 pujas you can do on one mandala. So, of course, you can do it during the Chaitra Navaratri that's coming up. You can do puja on that, no problem at all. Yeah. But you will also realize that something from inside, the tattva from inside will talk to you and tell you, draw me. And you will realize that maybe half the Mandala Vatika experience is in the drawing. At that time, you will decide to draw. But no need to panic. Right now, go ahead and use it. Even if you want, you can use it 10 to 12 times. Sudha, Shubha asks, what is soul made of? Is it also a wave, just like our gods and goddesses? So, souls are much, much later in creation. Yeah. We must understand in Mandala Vatika technology, we are going into machine language. Yeah. Almost binary level. We are going to where Nasadiya Sukta starts. So we are looking at the very fundamental wave functions that brought about this creation of this entire universe. Yeah. Much later, all these other things like our bodies and souls and all these are interactions of the fundamental tattvas. We are talking about pre-God. I mean, even before Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, what happened? That is where Mandala Vatika's domain is. You know, in Sankhya Shastra, there is beautiful description of this entire conjunction of the Purusha and the Prakriti, the male and the female principle that creates this universe. After that, the gods come. After that, those wave functions become souls which manifest the material world, enter into bodies to have experience of that primordial frequency. So, are we a tattva? Of course, we are a tattva, but we my soul or your soul is a combination of multiple tattvas and multiple uh, permutations and combinations. Multiple number of tattvas in variety of permutation and combinations will be what we call a soul. Yeah, because gods have to first be there, then only the souls can happen, right? Yeah. So souls are much lower in the hierarchy of creation. So let's not confuse souls with mandala. Mandala Vatica is you're just going right to the root. No other tradition takes you to that root. Everything else will start with the Shiva principle or the Vishnu principle or the Brahma principle. We start with the gods of our tradition or whatever you call them. And then what happens from there and how that gets reflected in this manifest material universe, which hasn't got manifested at all, but how that gets reflected here, and then the play of Maya in this manifest reality, and how the Devagun and Asargun operate in this reality. That is the entire game plan. But Mandala Vatika is going straight. It is if you are bringing in Siddhi Vinayaka, you're going straight to Siddhi Vinayaka Tattva and saying, I've sent you a friend request, please come. That's it. That's all there is to it. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks, Bindu. I am glad you enjoyed that explanation. Kushbu asks, if everything is energy, how does our body, which seem to be getting older with age, how does energy grow? There is something called physiological energy, and then there is primordial energy. In Mandala Vatika, we are talking about primordial energies. Yeah. Physiological energy is how I am feeling today. Am I energetic? Am I up and about? Or I'm feeling very sleepy and drowsy. I'm not able to concentrate. This is a different kind of energy. Yeah. So our body getting older it is obeying the laws of creation, because creation is a balancing principle. If there is birth, there has to be death. So it's just a cyclical process. If there is death, there has to be birth. If there is a black hole in the universe, there has to be a white hole in the universe. If there is a white hole, there has to be a black hole. It's that torus. Yeah. So when you actually draw that torus, it's in this course, it's just made like a game for you to draw the torus. But that torus imbibes some of the most powerful laws of creation. Everything is cyclic. So our body, because it is born, will grow, and then it will become old and die, and then get recycled into birth again, and the whole cycle continues. Some gardeners here may be familiar with something called terrarium gardens. Yeah, they are bottle gardens. I used to create, actually, with my wife actually had started when we got married. She was a woman entrepreneur. So all the banks wanted to give money to women, yeah, to start business. So I told her, why don't you start making terrariums? It was a fabulous concept. So she made these beautiful terrariums. But what was so unique about this is they were completely sealed. They were completely sealed. So everything that was inside recycled. And you could actually see this. There is a leaf that will fall on the peat moss that's there at the bottom. You can see it slowly becoming black, and it's dissolving into the ground, and you can see a new leaf coming on the plant. It's just, that's how nature is. Yeah. Because our ego has got this desire to be immortal, we think growing old is something bad. or it's not something that we want. We don't want to become old. We want to stay young. This is a sort of a glitch in our mental construct. But growing old is a part of the cycle. Yeah. So nothing, that's psychological energy, physiological energy, and that is physiological growth and death. Yeah. So we have to understand in Mandala Vatika, we are not talking about this energy. We are talking about the primordial energies. And when primordial energies come into you, your physiological energies go into another level. All of you have experienced that. When you do the Mandala Vatika puja, you're just so energized. Where does that come from? It comes from because the primordial energy has come in. That has come. I could not complete. Shweta asked, Siddhi Vinayaka, why do the petals have to be 8 in number? Is there a significance? Yes, there is a significance. Okay, but it's we can't go that deep. There is a significance why the numbers are numbered that way. Why should 1 be where it is? Why should 2 be somewhere else? 3 be somewhere else? The numbering system is a very deep science. Yeah. And why it is 8 in number, there is a deep science to it. Yeah. But we will go that maybe when we have an advanced course in Siddhivinayaka Mandala Vatika or any Mandala Vatika. I'm sure Gurudev will, once teachers start teaching this, I'm sure he will have part 2. Yeah. So we will go deeper into that. I could not complete my mandalas until February, as it is till February. How do I complete as it? I could not complete my mandala as I had exams in February. How do I complete it as it was available only until February? Ritu, I mean, what are you saying? Are you from the previous batch? Just ping me privately, because I had given enough. I kept on extending it. I think I extended nearly, I think 2-3 weeks it was extended. Obviously, you are not in the loop. Then Shubha is talking. Can I cut the pieces of the drawing based on measurements and use it to draw Rangoli form? Of course, you can do it. You can make templates and you can draw Rangolis. But that's absolutely fine. There is absolutely no this thing. Dinesh is talking. Can you please comment on the relation of time and space with Mandala Vatika, if that is the case? Absolutely. Time is a tattva. Space is a tattva. Space and time are tattvas. Gravity is a tattva. So while there are particulate waves that create the illusion of particles, like your up quarks and down quarks and electrons and all that, you also have fundamental forces. What are these forces? Forces like gravity. Yeah. In our Vedic tradition, actually gravity is defined by Guru Tattva. Guru Tattva is that information, knowledge, which keeps everything together, attracted together. Gravity in our Vedic standard model is Guru Tattva. Space and time are again 2 tattvas. Space is created. It is created because of a fundamental wave function, and space and time together become a composite tattva. In modern science, they call it space-time. So modern science tries to explain gravity through space-time, but it's a very flawed explanation. It doesn't make any sense. You could possibly Theoretically, you could explain it in terms of Earth going around the sun, saying that the space-time is getting warped because of the weight of the sun, and therefore it appears that the Earth is going around the sun, but actually the Earth is just going straight, but it's in that warped space-time. Maybe, but if I drop an apple and it falls to the ground, there is nothing to tell me that that is happening because of space-time, right? I can't see any space-time warp between my hand and the ground. So how do you explain that? Whereas Guru Tattva, it is the fundamental binding force for everything. In our understanding, Vedic standard model, Guru Tattva equals gravity. In Vedic model, they never said that Guru Tattva is a combination of Kala Bhairava. Kala Bhairava is the Tattva of time. Yeah. Kala Bhairava is the Tattva of time. They never said that time and space come together and therefore give the illusion of gravity. Our standard model never said that. Yeah. If a mandala is drawn on a piece of paper after puja is done, please relate this to how gardening of mandala vatica is significant, how they have tattvas active. Since we don't do puja in the gardening model, please relate and explain. So, Priya has asked this question. Priya, very nice question, and let me try to break it down for you. In a mandala vatica, that is a tabletop mandala vatica, you are drawing the geometry, you're listening to the mantra, and then you're placing the plant parts and experiencing the tattva, inviting the tattva into your reality. In a physical mandala vatica, the trees are permanently there. So all you have to do is to go there, just sit and meditate, or sit and listen to the chant, and your mandala vatica puja is done. If you come to the ashram, people, you can see so many people sitting there in the Murugan mandala vatica. Early mornings and evenings, you'll find people sitting there. They're blissed out. They don't even have to sit and chant. The plant frequency and the geometry and the chant frequency is already there because Gurudev has made that happen. So there is a background chant that we can't hear, but it is there constantly 24/7 in the Murugan Mandala Vatika. So all you have to do there is just go and sit, and you can invite the tattva into your reality. You know, something very beautiful. Yeah. Is gardening also like an art of work? I am a landscape architect. For me, it is pure art. Yes, it is. Jai Gurudev, Vipul and Bhavana. I mean, I love this couple. Jai Gurudev, there is a book being, is there a book being written? You want to write it with me? Ping me, we will write it together. Raina, in the Mandala Vatika course, we understand that matter is only 4%. Yeah. How is it possible we get access? So this is the beauty. In our Vedic tradition, we don't give importance to only that which we see. What we don't see is given far more importance in our Vedic tradition. Because our ancient rishis knew that 96% of everything that exists is not even in the I can touch, see, feel realm. ये तो बहुत ही एक सूक्ष्म रूप में है. So ये जो अनुभव है हमारा 96% जो हम देख भी नहीं सकते, what we can't see, what we can't touch, what we can't even decipher using the best scientific equipment, the dark matter, the dark energy, the boson fields and all those kind of things. Those are tattvas. Those are tattvas which actually, because of which this 4% is managing to exist now. Whatever we call this universe, manifest reality, this manifest reality is there only because that 95% is there supporting it. So while modern science gives importance only to this 4%, because for science, scientific proof is You must be able to see it. You must be able to touch it. You must be able to characterize it. You must be able to replicate it. Then only it is real. In our Vedic tradition, they just experienced. So our rishis like Bhava Vritam in Nasadiya Sukta belongs to that, a part of that 96%. In Nasadiya Sukta, the rishi, the saint or the sage, the enlightened person who had the experience of Bhava Vritam, Parameshti Prajapati, that was his name. Bhava Vritam is a tattva, primordial tattva, and it is there in the 96% of what we don't see. Yeah. So in Mandala Vatica tradition, we are accessing that 96%. We are not only looking at, because we know in our Mandala Vatica, we know for very sure, this 4% is only an illusory reality. It is happening because of the other 96% of the tattvas interacting to create this. That is the structure. This is what you see, right? If durva grass needed to be green, no, not necessary. Durva grass can be dried as well. Absolutely no problem. Yes, you're right, Bindu. The name given to gravity in our Sanskrit comes from the root word guru. Yeah. And that is why even gods will position themselves at the feet of a master. Even gods. The guru is the ultimate. If you look at modern science, the way it's headed today, they say actually all of reality, all of this creation is nothing but information. And it is that information which can never be destroyed nor created. It can change form. That gives everything that we see as this universe. So that information, that tattva, the primordial tattva of that information, may one of the first manifest realities is nothing but the guru. Yeah. Everything is hollow and empty. We feel in AMP with the guru, but what is the reason not to feel hollow and empty in daily life? And what is the cause of heaviness or energy level? Eager to know the scientific thing? Okay, let me try to attempt. See, what is hollow and empty? What is that hollow and empty? A hollow and empty is when you have completely surrendered and you don't have any limited thought from your ego or from your previous experiences from the past and the future. All that has dropped. And there is just you connected to the absolute. That is hollow and empty. Yeah. Now, hollow and empty is something that you use to charge yourself so that you can come back and engage with the world. Mandala Vatica is a tradition, it's a technology for you to engage with this Maya, what we call the illusory world, the illusory world of Maya. It is for people who want to engage in this. This technology is not for one seeking enlightenment in the Himalayas, Samadhi. This is not the technique for Samadhi. For Samadhi, there are other techniques. This is for somebody who is living in this manifest reality and engaging with it and going through all the, push-pull systems that are there in the manifest reality. Yeah. So, yes, you do hollow, and that is why Gurudev says at least twice a year go and do the advanced course. Become hollow and empty, because when you become hollow and empty, you get charged. Then you come to the world and you start engaging. If you are going to be hollow and empty, you can't engage with the world. Unless you are like our Guru, who's hollow and empty 24/7, but then he is in another level altogether, right? Unless you are him, us, you and me, who are all work in progress, We are all work in progress. Let's accept it. We are not anything who's reached any high levels of evolution, right? We are all work in progress. Now, for us, a hollow and empty is that place where you go and get charged. Once you get that charge, you come back and engage with the universe. Your battery goes down. You again go and do another AMC and come back. So you can't engage with the world if you're completely blissed out in hollow and empty. I mean, how can you engage with the world? That's bliss. I mean, you will stay there. Yeah. So it is that push and pull. Yeah. So I think we have sort of looked at all the questions here. Any more questions are there? We can address those as well. Now, one thing, Gurudev has indicated again to me that end of June, there will be a phase 1 of the teachers training program for people who want to become Mandala Vatica teachers. Yeah. So this is going to happen. Yeah. For that, I think he wants to have a lot of people exposed to the tantra of Mandala Vatica so that we can, have more and more questions. Yog Kiran, of course, you can ask questions. The reason I sent you messages in your post as well is, yes, today I made Durga Mandala Vatica. Can I do the puja for the Navratri for 5 days? Please go ahead and do. I'd answered that earlier here. So any of you who are enjoying this course, right now we have 73 people. Yeah. Can you at least tell one friend of yours who you think will benefit from this course to register? Yeah. It's my earnest request that you can, TTP will be online. Gurudev is very specific about that because I think he wants people from all over the world to do it. And it's very difficult to get everybody to come to one place. So it's definitely, at least the first few TTPs will definitely be online TTPs. So it's very exciting. And I have this wonderful team that I work with who's doing a fabulous job of putting together the TTP manual. They are in a very advanced stage. People like Sudha and Rani and all these people, Kritika, who's spearheading it. All these people are, putting this entire TTP manual together. So it's going to be very exciting, absolutely exciting. So there's going to be phase 1 and then phase 2. So my earnest request is anybody whom you can think in your circles who will benefit the way you are getting benefit in this course, just give them our web link, which is www.mandalavatica.com, and ask them to register. So at least one person, if each of you can bring on board, it will make our TTP, so much more. More people will have the opportunity to do the TTP. Yeah. So because I think maybe in 2022, there will be only one TTP that will happen. After that, I will be sort of mentoring my new teachers to teach and, how, and hand holding them in their courses and things like that. So I don't think another TTP will happen. Yeah. But at least in 2022. So just get as many people, because really, I think Gurudev wants to see this technology come into the mainstream. And there is something else I was discussing with Atika. Atika Dandia is one of our very senior DSN and advanced course teachers. And she actually was the teacher who connected me to the Guru. I was in Art of Living before that, because like I said, my wife started Art of Living in the Middle East. She was the first person to bring Art of Living. So I used to be a default scapegoat. Like, I mean, any course that happens, I have to sit, because some numbers, registration numbers have to be there. At least it has to have a population. So I have to sit. So I had done by then all the advanced courses, DSN courses, happiness courses, every course I will sit. But in her course, that connect to the master happened. And she was with me just yesterday. Yeah, yesterday she was with me because she is actually looking at bringing out for Art of Living a range of jewelry. She is actually a jeweler. She designs jewelry. So a mandala range of jewelry, which is a very exciting concept. So when I was discussing with her, something that happened, I said that um, over the 2 years that I have been teaching Mandala Vatika, the experiences of people have started to become deeper and deeper. The feedback that I'm getting from people is it's like there is an exponential curve in the way Gurudev is. So it looks like, there is some it's snowball effect, with a small mass it starts, but then at some time that mass becomes critical and then it gets an energy of its own. Something like that is happening in Mandala Vatika today. I can see this because all 74 of you can vouch for this. I am sure that you are having very, very wonderful experiences in such a simple format in this course, right? Now, it is because I think Gurudev is doing that snowball effect, that some critical mass. And he's very particular that in June, we sort of really launched this to make teachers of Mandala Vatika. Yeah. So let many people have the opportunity to do. What are the pre-qualifications of this? So far, what he has said is they should have done all the 4 Mandala Vatikas, which is why we have this bundled course. They should have done happiness and they should have done Sahaj Samadhi meditation. Yeah. Sahaj course. So in phase 1, when we start, even if they have not done happiness and Sahaj, they will do it during the phase 1. So they become eligible to do the phase 2. So all really that they need to start off with, they should have done just this 4 bundled Mandala Vatika course. And they can sort of register to become a teacher. And if they have not done happiness and Sahaj, then it would be given to them as a part of the phase 1. Yeah. So that's what it is. And my earnest request to everyone here would be, just think of one person in your life who you think will benefit. Yeah. I do not want people to just, I need you to grab some people and make them register. No. People who you think will benefit. Somebody might be stagnating in their life. Somebody's life must be it's just struggle, obstacles and obstacles and obstacles. Somebody is just so timid that they really can't move forward. They lack courage. Somebody who's sort of coming from scarcity, scarcity of love, scarcity of friends, scarcity of money, all around scarcity. These are the people who will benefit from this Mandala Vatika course. Yeah. So what will be the duration of the Mandala Vatika? See, the duration again will be, it's actually not really of a concern, because it will be on the same format, flexi timing format. Yeah. So it will be like maybe 40 hours, which means the recorded sessions may be like not more than 2 hours. Gurudev said not more than 2 hours of video watching. But of course, there would be sadhana in the morning, and there will be group sessions in the evening and things like that. There'll be interactive live sessions with me, all that separate. But basically, it's a flexi format. It's a format which you choose, and you can sort of put time and budget time so that you can see it. It's not going to happen like in 20 days, one TTP finishes. It's not like that. The TTP will start, but you may watch it over 2 months. You may finish the entire TTP over a 2-month period. It doesn't matter. Or if you want, you can finish it in 20 days as well. So there's a lot of flexibility. But so I think my team is really putting their heads into this and really coming out with something that's very beautiful. And whoever you invite, and if there is any of you who want to become teachers, anybody you are bringing to register, for this course keep a snapshot of their registration. They get a small snapshot when they register. You have registered and they get there's a confirmation code number and name and things like that. Just keep that snapshot, because after you do phase 1, to do phase 2, you will have to do some seva to get registrations. Yeah. If you collect those registrations from now, you can keep them with you, and then you can submit it at the end of phase 1. We will cross check with the registrations whether these were registrations that were brought in by you, and they will add to the tally. Yeah, so it becomes easier for you. So many people already have started to do that. They brought a lot of people into this course, which is now happening, but they have maintained the in a file. They have archived the confirmation slip that you get when you pay, and from the Razor Pay you get that confirmation slip, right? So they have kept that of their friends whom they have brought in to register. So you can do the same. Yeah. So I think it's that'll be quite wonderful. And which MB is suitable for getting more registrations for HP? Nischala, the fundamental for Mandala Vatika is innocence. Yeah. It's like, it's like saying, you're calling a friend and you're saying, hey, I'm inviting you over, but I'm inviting you over because I want this from you. Doesn't work. You just invite a friend and you just get so much more than you ever dreamed of, right? Yeah. So we don't do like for specific, I want to do more HP registration. So which mandala do I do? No. If I want to have abundance in my life, then who would I invite? That should be the question you're asking. That abundance will have many things, including maybe your registrations for HP. Yeah. But don't restrict. See, the universe wants to give you so much and you're asking for this much. Why do you want to do that? Let the universe give you enough. It's programmed to give you more than you want. So why do you want to put a small window there and say, only give me only this? I mean, it doesn't. And when you invite a friend, you don't sort of put conditions like, I'm inviting you, but you come and I need this from you. You don't say that, right? Yeah. So yeah. So yeah. So so don't worry about all these things about TTP is still far away. Let us concentrate on this particular Mandala Vatika, this beautiful 4-bundle Mandala Vatika. Yeah. All the details for the TTP will be given. Once we announce it, you will get all the details. I'm just giving you a few hints here and there. Yeah. So 14 years at such a young age. 14 years at such a young age, will children be able to digest the knowledge? We have a participant in this course who is 7. We had in the last course also somebody who was 7, 8, and incredible. I mean, obviously the child was, an early learner and whatever, but 14 years, I think there's no problem. Yeah. 14 years will be a wonderful age for a child to take it on. Yeah. So I shall hand you back to the able hands of Sudha to wrap up. We are spot on time. Yeah. Jai Gurudev, Sudha, go ahead.
Jai Gurudev, thank you so much, Prabhakarji. At any time we are in your presence, it's wow moments all the time. So let me invite all of you, if you can share your mandalas on the group, that increases the energy of the group. And we also have social media. You can share your experiences, a lot more people can get to know about it. You can tag it to our Mandala Vatika Facebook page and Instagram page also, so that, like Prabhakarji was saying, the snowball effect, each one of you can actually get this knowledge known to a lot more people. So keep sharing your experiences, and we will see you again in the next live session. Thank you for joining us and have a blissful time.
Jai Gurudev, Jai
Jai
Gurudev,
Gurudev.
everybody. Jai Gurudev.